I'm back in another video. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I've just been training, practicing by myself. Doing it not by myself, but I'm back. Today we're checking how this NBA star became a murderer. Don't mind my sickness, and I'm not sick, but I'm still, man. Let's go back. All right.
Playing alongside Kobe Bryant.
What a layup! Damn.
To a notorious gangster facing life in prison for murder.
You said you know who did the shooting?
Yeah, the basketball player.
I've heard of this. Yeah, what?
Of Javaris Crittenton.
Damn. It was like the TV show. Bam. Who did the criminal?
Javaris was the last person you'd expect to become a murderer.
True.
Growing up in the projects of Atlanta during the early 2000s, he was a straight-A student, class president, and a basketball phenom. In fact, by the time Javaris graduated high school in 06, he was a McDonald's All-American
Yes,
and
sir,
received
man.
a D1 scholarship to Georgia Tech. And after only a year playing college ball, Javaris earned his greatest achievement yet, being a 2007 first-round draft pick for the LA Lakers, signing a $2.6 million contract.
Yeah, I was just excited.
Not a lot for it. No, obviously it wasn't a lot from the back. Oh, what a face. Screenshot if you want that. It wasn't a lot for the back in the days. It wasn't a lot for this time. It was a lot for the back time that it was. But this time, not.
At just 19 years old, Javaris was an NBA star, playing next to Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
He was on top
Bryant,
of the
bro.
world. But one night
Kobe Bryant
changed everything.
Yeah. That's what happens. It's a life lesson. Always know what you're gonna hang with. Don't always. Some people make terrible decisions. Hang with friends you want to do it and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like don't make that decision because you can ruin your career. You want to become whatever you want to become. Look what happens.
See, one night during his first off-season, Javaris was out
Strip club.
partying at the Block nightclub in Hollywood when someone caught his eye from across the room. Famous Atlanta rapper, Dollar, surrounded by his crew, flashing diamond chains, beautiful women, and designer clothes. Young Javaris was mesmerized, so he decided to introduce himself, only to find out that Dollar and his crew were part of a notorious LA street gang.
Yes, sir.
The
Yeah,
Mansfield
they are.
Gangster Crips. And with Javaris being a professional athlete and all, he should have just walked away right then and there.
He should have. That's
But
professional.
instead,
But
he was so
stupid
enticed by
enough.
the gangster lifestyle that he hung out with Dollar and his crew all
Yeah.
night long.
I mean, I know I'm not famous, someone,
And
but
over the next
I don't know,
couple
man,
of
it's a terrible
months,
decision.
Javaris grew even closer to the gang,
Yep.
until eventually he became an official Mansfield Crip. Now,
he needs to
Javaris
work
may
with
have
pack,
been making
6-pack.
waves on the streets, but his basketball career was a completely different story. Because after joining the gang, Javaris was never able to gain his footing in the NBA. He went from the Lakers to the Grizzlies to the Wizards, all in just his first 2 seasons. And in December of 2009, his struggling basketball career went completely off the deep end. During a team flight to Washington, Javaris decided to pass the time
I heard of this
by
story.
gambling on card games with his teammates. And
Sorry,
after
don't
losing
mind my stuff,
thousands of dollars, Javaris was pissed. So in the heat of the moment, he ended up getting into a fight with his teammate, Gilbert Arenas.
Yes, sir, I saw this story.
To rob the guy. Javaris is in a gangster show, and he wanted to settle the beef like a real Mansfield Crip. So a couple of days later, Javaris pulled up to the Wizards
He put a gun in
arena
his locker. I
and
can't believe he
walked
just
into
did that,
the
bro.
team's locker room
It's crazy.
with a loaded weapon.
It's crazy. So crazy.
And after a
That's just wow.
heated exchange, Javaris found himself in a Wild West standoff with Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, sure, man.
Now,
That's
luckily,
crazy.
both guys really calmed down and no one ended up hurt.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop the incident from being
But
reported
they
to
still
the
searched
police.
it anyway.
So a few weeks later, Javaris was charged with misdemeanor possession of a firearm and was sentenced to 1 year probation.
Damn.
Following his sentencing, Javaris'
His
contract
career
with
was
the
over.
Wizards was
Look what you did, bro. And
After
see, this
just
is why you don't
2.5
do anything.
years,
No.
22-year-old Javaris was
Crazy.
officially out of the NBA. This seemed like rock bottom, but in reality, it was just the tip of the iceberg.
Yep.
See, getting kicked out of the NBA left Javaris devastated. So
It was his fault. He made a terrible decision, you see? Just don't make terrible decisions and look what happens. Don't do that. If you do that, look what happens. Look what happens to him.
Judgment and rejection.
You see, guys,
People that once saw
make
him
good
as
decision,
a hometown hero,
you know?
now saw him as a failure.
And, you know,
As a
people want to make
result,
stupid decisions in
Javaris
life,
turned to the
but we
only
learn from it.
people
So if you
that
learn from it, you're good.
would accept it.
Yeah.
The Mansfield Gangster Crips.
Yep.
And by spring of 2010, Javaris had become a ride-or-die member of the
And
gang.
yeah, we need the
Going
money,
as
of
far
course.
as helping the Crips duck police and even put money in their jail accounts. But eventually, all of his boys got locked up. So when no one else to turn to and nowhere else to go, Javaris decided to make a last-ditch effort at an NBA comeback, trying out for the Charlotte Bobcats, only to fall flat on his face. By 2011, Javaris felt alone and hopeless. At just 23 years old, he had no job, was rejected by his family, and his closest friends were dead or in prison.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I heard that from like, what?
Javaris became a ticking time bomb, ready to explode at any moment. All he needed
shot dead by Los Angeles in the mall, outside the mall, damn.
And that push came on a dark Atlanta night when, after leaving a local barber shop, Javaris was robbed of everything he had on him. His $25,000 black diamond necklace, his $30,000 black diamond watch. I mean, he even got robbed for his iPhone and $25.
Oh, wow.
All by a rival gang member that Javaris recognized. 17-year-old ROC crew member, Lil Tick. After everything Javaris had
his fault, man. But Lil Tick knows him, and look what happened. He blamed him. Boy, that's what he did it.
Tick and get revenge.
Yeah.
On August 19th, 2011, at 9:30 p.m., Javaris was in the backseat of a rented Chevy Tahoe with his cousin Scooter up front, driving him to Lil Tick's last known location, Glenrose Heights, just outside of Atlanta. As he turned on to Macon Drive, Javaris spotted his target on the sidewalk and opened fire. But instead of hitting Lil Tick, Javaris missed, accidentally hit an innocent woman. Javaris Crittenton fled the scene.
Yeah, of course you have to run it. All the criminals, they're running. Oh, hey, running.
After medics arrived, the woman was rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, where just 2 hours later, at 11:34 p.m., she was pronounced dead, making Javaris Crittenton a stone cold killer.
Atlanta 911 emergency operator 44.
You said you know who did the shooting?
Here go Lil Tech. He goes. Yep. Of course, because he knows that he's a rival, man.
Just a few days after the murder, Javaris fled to LA as police began their investigation, and over the next week, they gathered tons of evidence linking Javaris to the crime. Witness statements, his photo being picked out of a police lineup, and the discovery of the rented Chevy Tahoe coated with residue and Javaris' fingerprints. So police obtained an arrest warrant, and a couple of days later, the FBI arrested Javaris in LA. But it wouldn't be until April of 2015 that his day in court would finally come. By this point, there was so much evidence against Javaris that a life sentence seemed inevitable. So on the very first day of his murder trial, he struck a deal with prosecutors in exchange for dropping several charges. Javaris pled guilty to aggravated assault with a firearm and voluntary manslaughter. And as a result, he was sentenced to 23 years in federal prison. So, as of this recording,
he did it. No takes national, man. It's like 6ix9ine who snitched.
Pending good behavior. He has an expected release date, December 13th, 2036.
Woo! That's a couple years away from that now. That's tough. So sad, man. Well, prayer to her family and know that, man. Young woman died. Well, there you go, guys. Hopefully you like it. Subscribe. And the notification every time. You know when every time I upload, and it tells you when the time I upload. Then that's so hard to say. And what do you guys snitch like 6ix9ine did? You know what I'm talking about? But 6ix9ine almost got like 50 years here. But hey, man, what if you snitch? I don't know. Like, Lil Tech hates him or not. But I wonder when he gets out, will he hate Lil Tech or not? Well. If you like that video, hit the thumbs up. You know what to do. Peace.